Sometime in the next 10 days, I will have 36 baby chicks coming. So I'm setting up my brooder. We're using a playpen because I used this last year and it was amazing. This one's a little bit shorter, and what it has is it has these little doors down here that you can unzipper. So I have a second one because this is only going to hold my chicks for about a week or two, and then they're going to need more room. So my husband's going to extend the plywood. We're going to put up a second one, and what we'll do is we'll open up both doors and connect them. I also have my 2 brooder plates that are warming up, so I can test those. And we do the brooder plates now because in the beginning, 12-ish years ago, when we first had baby chicks, we did the red heat lamps. And to be honest, the chicks were a lot more nervous and hyperactive, and they just, I don't know, they were awake 24/7 because the light never went off. These are nice and dark, so when I turn the lights off down here, they get a lot of sleep, and they turn out to be so much more gentle and docile, and they're not angry, peckish birds. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is spread out some of our aspen shavings that have the herbs in them. I like to use aspen the best for little birds. They do have very delicate respiratory systems, so using pine shavings is not something that I like to do, only because I'm always afraid that they're going to have some kind of reaction to the pine oils. Aspen seems to work really well for us, so we're going to stick to that for now. So the next step we're going to do is put down paper towels across the whole entire thing. I do that for the first 3 or 4 days because baby chickens, they have bird brains. It's so funny. But they're like toddlers. They'll put anything in their mouths, and if they eat these shavings, they'll get impacted crop. Obviously, that's not a good thing, so I'm protecting them from themselves. Got my brooder plates in. The 2 that I have are huge, and they will actually hold probably 30 bantam chicks a piece. So I really don't need this much, but I'm going to put that many in there because as they get bigger, they're going to need more room, so I might as well just start off with it. Then all I have to do as they get a little bit bigger is just raise those legs, and then it gets taller and taller and taller the taller they get, but they can still have heat until they get their feathers, which is about 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the breed. Another thing I highly recommend with every fiber of my being is to put fake feathers around your brooder plate. This mimics the chicks being able to go under their mom to keep warm, and the feathers provide protection from the outside world. So they come in a roll like this with these little sticky beads, and you just go ahead and put the sticky beads along the edge, and then, you know, stick the feathers how you want. You cut it to length. I've had great success with this, and again, these babies come out just so much more docile and sweet. They've been protected. You know, I'm trying to mimic a mother hen incubating her own babies as much as possible, and then hatching them, and then, you know, the environment that they're going to be in. Well, I already messed that one up. That set of feathers uses all these white sticky dots. This set of feathers, guessed it, uses Velcro. So I gotta undo those, start over. Oops. All right, all the feathers are on for now. If I decide that I don't like the heaters being side by side and I want to move them around, then I've got plenty of extra feathers and dots and Velcro all ready to go. Last thing I'm gonna do is put some marbles around in here in their water, just so that if they happen to come over and they're little tiny and they step in here, they don't drown. I've got something to step on. So I think that will be about it. I'll fill that up with water in the morning, fill that up with food, and we are all good to go for the first batch of chicks. Yeah, woohoo!